Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. Today I'm asking the question, what is this connection between us? So this is aimed at people that have a romantic or emotional interest in someone that they've just met, or maybe you're in the very early stages of a friendship or love relationship and you're not sure where it's going or what the point is. So remember that this is just a general tarot reading aimed at a lot of people, and it's not aimed at you and your circumstances as an individual. So you must just take this as a general guide and not allow it to dissuade you from embarking on a romantic relationship with this person if you both want it to be a romantic relationship. You know, just take it as a general guide and a bit of an insight into the situation. Because if you really feel connected to this person, you really want to make an attempt at going out with them, then you should. You should trust that instinct. Always trust your own instincts above any tarot reading, paid or free pick a card one. Always trust yourself, and it's always better to risk these things than to be left wondering constantly what if. So I would always encourage you to be bold and brave and go up and chat to this person if you've not done so, or try to get to know them better rather than living in fear and never doing it. It's better to try and fail than to never try at all. So please remember that with these readings, that you're in charge of your own life and you make the decisions, and you shouldn't be dissuaded over something that you deep down really would like to try. This is just an attempt to provide you with a little bit of clarity on a possibly confusing situation. So yeah, so remember that. I better tell you that what I've done is I've got a romance angel, which I shuffled out for each deck. And then based upon what the card said, I've then done the subsequent reading based upon that. So not every reading's got answers to the same questions. So we've got option 1, option 2 and option 3. I shall put the timestamps to these 3 readings in the description box, along with my email address if you would like to book a private reading with me, and a link to my Instagram. If you would like a bit more time to choose, you can press pause, but otherwise I want you to just close your eyes, think about the person you're curious about, and trust your first instinct. Don't overthink it, don't doubt yourself. If you're overwhelmingly drawn to one set of cards, trust that. Okay, so please press pause if you need a bit more time, otherwise I'm moving on to reading 1. Right, this is reading 1, the set on the left, for those of you that were attracted to it. And I got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. What that really means is that the connection between you is attraction. So I think that you do fancy each other, that you are attracted to each other. I would imagine that you definitely are because you're watching this video, but be assured that they are attracted to you in some way as well, possibly from the fact that you just enjoy life. I meant to say at the beginning of the video and I've just realised I didn't. These 3 cards are the Tarot of Sexual Magic, which I'll do afterwards. So if you're under 18 or you're around young children, bear that in mind, that these do contain explicit imagery. I shall have to remember to put that in the description box. Right, so bearing in mind that this is the attraction, what is it, I suppose, in a way about you that they find attractive? Where is the attraction? You might find that these cards reflect what you find attractive about them as well, but my aim was to try and see what they, why they are attracted to you. So I have the King of Arrows, which is Kingfisher, and I have Page of Arrows, which is Wren, and I have the Archer. So straight off, what they like about you is your wisdom. They think you're smart and observant and that you're reliable and trustworthy. The Kingfisher, it's sort of the King of Swords, really. So you're smart, you're balanced, you know your stuff, you know your facts, and then you can make even judgments based on your knowledge. You probably don't allow intense emotion to overcome what you feel is right, and just if you'll allow your balanced logic to come into play over your emotions. So you can be relied upon in a crisis to keep you cool and to do the job that needs doing. And we also have the Page of Arrows, which is Wren, which is a cute little birdie. So I think what they really attracted to you is your observational skills, that you're able to look out into the world and pay attention to it and then come forward with good knowledge. And wisdom, I think you're able to share your wisdom. That this is both of those two cards, that you're able to share what you know, share your learning, you know, I suppose in a way, in a sort of teacher way, but not necessarily. It could be that you're the person that can have a really good conversation about the current news items, and you can really articulate your thought processes, your learning, what you know, and they really find that attractive about you, that you can hold a good conversation, that you probably have a knowledge of a wide variety of subjects, and it's not insignificant knowledge. When you know about it, you know a lot, and you share that information out, and it's being an observer. So you're not necessarily somebody that rushes in and is part of the life and soul of the party. You're more of a quiet person that watches and then sort of shares their knowledge. And they're both arrows, which is the air signs under this tarot deck, which is reflective of thoughts and words. So you're a very thoughtful person and a very articulate one with a lot of learning, and they really like that about you. Next we have the Archer, which is really like the Chariot. So again, as like another arrow, you're focused, you know where you're going, you've got energy and drive and precision. And again, it's about, I mean, they all reiterate the same thing about sharing your knowledge and sharing of yourself, but also about knowing what to do and when to do it. You know, the Archer always has to have enough strength to hit their target, to have the eyesight to aim correctly, and the willpower to let loose the arrow to hit their target. You know, the idea is that the Archer is hunting something, whether it's an animal or a human being they're aiming to kill. So you're serious. You're a serious person who understands the value of what you're doing, and you don't mess about. You're a grown-up. Definitely a grown-up person. I mean, we've got a king here, and yeah, there's a page, but you know, I mean, some of you might be quite small, but I also see like flighty. And all of these three cards represent doing things from a distance. So for some of you, this person watches you from a distance, which sounds creepy initially, but it just means that in the day of social media, that maybe their main connection with you is through something like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or even YouTube. That's how they are in contact with you, and they like what they see because you seem at a distance to them, and that, you know, you can fly away at any minute. You know, when you're out bird watching, you only see them when they want to come and land on the branch that you're watching. So it could be a case of they only see you through this sort of social media, through the internet. But they like what they say because you target carefully. In what they see, they like because of this inner wisdom and this strength and this sort of willpower and determination. So I mean, that's nice, and that's why they are attracted to you. I'm going to move these up here to make space for the next three cards. So what is on offer for both of you, by the way, if this connection is deepened, if this attraction is taken a little bit further, and maybe they approach you or you approach them, and you, I don't know, for some of you it's just talking to each other, and for others of you it's about saying, well, why don't we go out sometime? Or if you're had a few dates, about making it a bit more exclusive or whatever. The 6 of Wands is on offer. The 9 of Chalices is on offer. And the 5 of Pentacles is on offer. Okay. There's a little book that comes with this that I might refer back to for one of the cards, because I can't quite put it to mind. But this one, basically, what's on offer, it's touching. This is the name of this card. So you will, the opportunity, if you try and reach out to this person, is to, at the very least, meet them. Don't assume that you're going to get the chance to touch their bum. It just means about being able to reach out and get close to them, because this card also reflects on the getting together and further away. It's the 6 of Wands, which is the victory card, the, you know, going out with pride card, you know, being able to show someone off. But with this deck, it has another meaning, which is about coming together and getting apart and dispelling any sort of doubt. So I think that the opportunity is to get to know each other, but there could be a few hiccups to this. So if it is a case of they contact you through social media, like, oh, I really like you and whatever, you probably won't meet them initially. It might take a few emails and even a few months before you actually manage to meet up for a tea or coffee or something. But there is the potential to get closer. So if you do know this person, it's like someone you work with and you do see them nearly every day, there's a potential to get to know them better. It's just going to not necessarily, you know, you'll meet in public, but it might be weeks between each meeting. The next thing on offer is the 9 of Chalices, which is lovely, because in this deck it's euphoria. And it's about the magic light of the lantern dispels all doubt and brings light to the situation. And of course, 9 of Chalices is sort of the wishes come true card anyway. And when you look at this couple, they're looking at each other, they're in communication, they're getting close to each other. So I think actually happiness is on offer, that you will get to know each other and you'll like what the other person is offering. So I think you'll like who you see. This is all in the short term, by the way, so initially it's got a good start that you like each other. I'm just going to double check on something in the little book, because I'm sure there's something else and I can't remember. The light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love, overwhelms the senses and dispels rivals and hesitations. So I think if you meet each other, you'll be sort of, yes, this is a person I like. And if you already know each other, then if you deepen this connection, you will be sort of an exclusive girlfriend, boyfriend, 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 girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And the 5 of Pentacles, which is the one that I really need to perhaps look up. It's the rose and the violin. I think that is about, again, I'm just going to double check. This is annoying, sorry. I like to know exactly. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. That's it. So you're going to get to know each other and you're going to try and create the relationship you want. That's going to take communication, of course, and compromise and sharing and giving. But I think you're both willing to do that, because this is a combined what's on offer for you both. So there is absolutely the potential of a very good start to this connection between the two of you in a romantic sense. You know, further along you get, you know, every relationship has its pitfalls and its problems, you know, it's inevitable. But initially, you like what you see and you're willing to give it a go to create the relationship that you both want. And I don't think you could have got a better reading than that, really. I think that's really lovely. They like you for your mind. So they like you for your mind. It's not only and for what you say and your attitude towards the world, your inner wisdom, and you're willing to share of it. That's what they like about you, and that's lovely. and that the both of you are willing to give it a go and overall be, you know, and actually, I mean, that's the really nice card, that you both sort of like each other and like what you see in the cold light of day, as they say, and that you're willing to build something together. I mean, what a romantic scene that is. Lovely. So those who chose option 1, you lucky so-and-sos, that is your reading. I hope this all goes very well for you. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening. Oh, and please let me know in the comment section if this has helped you or if it resonated with you. Thank you again. Bye. Right, everybody that chose option 2, here is your reading. I meant to mention at the beginning of the video that I have included the Tarot of Sexual Magic in this deck. So if you're under 18 or you don't want to see the images in these cards, that's fine. You can just stop watching towards the end of the reading, because that's when I'm going to be putting them out. Okie dokie. So the card I pulled for you when sort of what is this connection between you and the person you're thinking of, I got, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so I mean, that's good. This could be the one for you. So I thought, well, initially the next question is, why are you not together with this person? Why isn't there a deeper connection, like a romance or whatever it is that you're looking for? And I got the King of Stones, and then I got the Seven of Bows, and then I got the Shaman. So I think initially, just in combination of these cards, that there's 2 possibilities. One is that neither of you want to risk what you currently have, whether that's a deep friendship or a working relationship that's working very well. Neither of you want to risk that you really value and want to keep that. For the other people of you, that it might be that there's just something going on in your life or their life or both of your lives that you're distracted by, that's taking a bit of priority in your life at this time. Because we've got the King of Stones, and this is all about, it's like the King of Pentacles, so it's about being a conservator, about being a lone wolf, about being frugal, about valuing what you have, and about not risking, I think, really, in terms of this reading. You know, it's wolf is howling out to the moon. So I think as though there's possibly yearning, probably on your part, or definitely on your part, and maybe on theirs. It's as much as they want it, I don't think they want to risk what they currently have, because in this scene it's a dark winter, but there is the moon there to howl at. So whatever's going on between the 2 of you is of value to them. And they, in this world, they've got to protect what makes them feel good, and your relationship with them makes them feel good, and they don't want to do anything that risks that. They don't want to risk you coming forward and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think of you that way. And then there's all this embarrassment, and they can't go to work anymore without going bright red in the face because... Sorry, my camera's just going crazy. Sorry. They don't want to risk that you're going to turn them down, and the connection they have with you at the moment is lost. You might feel that, by the way. And we also have, I'm just going to do this quickly and then put it down to stop the camera over focusing. 7 of Bows, which is clearance, which is a card that I've had before in readings. And that is that you and or them, maybe both of you, are not willing to clear what's currently going on to make way for the potential connection relationship between the 2 of you, whatever it is that you want. That you're not willing, in a sense, to risk it. You're not willing to risk it. You're not willing to clear out the things that are not serving you, and clearly the current connection isn't serving you, or your current life isn't serving you, because you're now open to a connection with this person. You know, maybe a bad relationship has led to this situation. Maybe you've loved and lost before and you've revealed how you feel about people, or they have before, and it's all gone horribly wrong for them and they just don't want to lose you and your connection. The next we have is the shaman, and that is, let's see if I can do it again without it over focusing, is the magician card. And again, it's about in this deck in particular, it's about being connected to the world and being your unique self, and using all of your skills and everything, which leads me to believe that there's a lot going on in your life or their life, or maybe both of your lives, that sort of are distracting you from being able to have a deeper connection to this person, that that you have too much else going on. So this sort of relationship between the two of you is that important that you don't want to risk ruining it because you've got enough on your plate. And also for others of you, it's about being too independent. They're too independent, you're too independent, because we have, of the two sort of living beings in these cards, they're both independent people. A lone wolf and the shaman, which is the magician on their own. So it's about trying to be alone too much, not risking opening up to someone else. And that's why you're not in connection with this person that could be the one for you. So the next bit, which is the Tarot of Sexual Magic cards, your second warning, is what's on offer if you do try and deepen this connection. This is what's on offer for both of you. We have Temperance. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Hermit. So what's on offer is healing, because it's the Temperance card, but it's also about if you come forward and deepen, try and deepen the connection, or come forward to them and, you know, in whatever way that you want or feels right, that there's the opportunity of warming up the cold situation, I suppose, is the best way of doing it. If you feel that this relationship's a bit chill, then there's the opportunity of I wouldn't say bringing a bit of passion, but certainly heating up the situation. Maybe, you know, presenting them with a new idea, because that's really what the Five of Swords represents, that you're going to stir things up between the two of you. Really stir things up. Introduce a new idea, be really daring and taking a risk. And as a consequence of, you know, taking a risk, and you've got to do that because nothing in this situation will change unless you do, you're going to create a new situation of retreat, which is annoying because there's a sense of retreat anyway with these other cards. But what I'm saying is, if you come forward to this person, you're going to introduce this brand new idea, and they're going to have to go off and have a think about it. You know, this is the idea is that he's not out there getting any like this couple are. He's sort of saving it up, and I don't know how to put it, but he's sort of, the love will build in him as he goes off to think about it, like absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's probably a better way of it. So as he or she, whoever it is that you're asking about, and for you, is that if you try and change this and stir up the hornet's nest, so to say, you're both going to go off and think, oh, okay, so this is the new situation, what are we going to do about it? And the more you think about it, the more you come to your inner truth about what you want and how you feel about each other. You will miss each other more. And this new idea will sort of spark new passions within the two of you. So that's what's on offer, that it will, if you come forward and try and deepen this connection, you will change things. You do have the possibility, I think, of a romance. I mean, in the short term anyway, you are going to have the possibility of definitely deepening this connection and giving them something to think about. So at the end of it, whatever happens, you'll know that you gave it a chance and they did take it seriously. This is a person taking something very seriously. So you can be reassured about that. So those of you that chose option 2, that's your reading. Please leave me a comment to let me know if it resonates with you or has helped you in any way. I'll be very grateful for that. I wish you all the best of luck. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you so much for listening. Bye. Right, this is option 3 for those of you that chose it. I meant to say at the beginning of the video and I forgot, so I apologise, that this set, these readings feature the tarot of sexual magic. So if you're under 18 or that you've got children around you, bear that in mind, that some of them have graphic imagery on it. So if you don't want to see it, that'll just be at the end, and I'll give you a bit of a warning so you can just stop at that point if you should so desire. And also my camera's focusing like crazy, possibly because the light's changing. So again, I apologise for that. I will get a new camera, I promise. So here is your Romantic Angels Tarot, where I asked the initial question, what is this connection between them, the viewer and the person they're interested in? And I got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So the purpose of your connection is to heal you or them, or both of you. But that's the connection between you at this time. So these 3 cards, the next question in my mind was, well, what is this healing situation? Why is there this forgiving and learning? And we got the 9 of Vessels, generosity, 9 of Cups. We've got the 10 of Arrows, instructions, and that's the 10 of Swords, and the Ancestor. Ignore the 10 of Swords bit, by the way, because in this deck it's different. It's one of the reasons I like it. So basically, the reason you are together is because of this generosity, this sense of kindness and of warmth and of giving. You or they are healing the other person, probably after a bad relationship, maybe a bad love affair that wasn't that good for the other person, or maybe just a more longer term poor situation but through, and I suspect it's your generosity towards this other person, of kindness and understanding and consideration for them and their feelings, and this sense of contentment, and that's why you're with them. That's why we have the connection, because we also have the 10 of Arrows, which is instruction. Sorry, the camera's going crazy. You are meant to teach them a new way of being in a relationship, and that's echoed again by the Ancestor. I'm not going to move it because it's just constantly focusing the camera. In fact, I'm going to move my hand away. Right, so you are meant to teach them. You're meant to teach them about love and about relationships and how to heal after and forgive something. Maybe they've had a bad relationship with their parents, and that you're there to teach them how it's meant to be or how it could be. And because also the Ancestor is about showing the ways of the Ancestor, of teaching others. It's sort of the Hierophant card, where you show the way of how it's always been done before. So if they've had a first or initial few relationships that just were not the best, and you know that maybe they were abusive or not as relationships should be, you're there to show them that, literally instruct them. Or if you feel that you're the other person, they are here to show you what relationships should be like or could be like, and to allow you to heal and to let go of the past. And that's what the connection between you two is. You know, this is it's a nice situation. For some of you, you might feel, well, that's not what I want in a relationship. Or this could be just a temporary thing. Remember, it's the Tarot of Now. So even if this relationship for some of you doesn't go any further, you've done a great thing if you're this teacher. And if you feel that you're the one learning from it, you are meant to have this relationship to learn these lessons. So in a sense, I suppose you could say it's a karmic relationship, or one that was just meant to happen for one or other of you to mature and grow and heal. And that's so important. It is so important. So don't feel bad if you're listening to this and saying that's not what I wanted. I wanted a true love situation, because this still could be. Just, you know, even if it doesn't last for years and years and years, it doesn't mean the love isn't true. And that you are offering a lot and introducing them to a new way of living and thinking through kindness. And don't underrate kindness, ever. It's so underrated, kindness is. Everybody reflects on wisdom, but kindness is the true thing. So here are 3 cards of what is on offer for you if you do deepen this connection, if you go further with this connection. And this is a tarot of sexual magic, so if you don't want to see those images, please look away and just listen to the cards or turn it off, that's fine. So we have the Knave of Chalices, sorry. Keep doing that. It's the Knave, which is like the Page of Cups. And we have the Sun. Yay. And the Fool. Okay. So this is good. You have the opportunity of reaching out to this person. So if you're not in a relationship and you're just feeling this connection, it's going to be a bit tricky. It's not going to be easy for you, but you will reach out to this person. Stops and starts, you know, he's struggling to write this letter to this woman. He can't get the words just right. He's frustrated and all that, but he wants to. So you will. If you want to reach out and say the right things to this person, you will. It just might take a bit of time and a few attempts. So don't give up. Even if it's a case of you compiling several emails and deleting them and rewriting them and deleting them and putting them in draft until you're finally happy with the perfect email or something. You will do it and you will reach out to this person. And for others of you, it's not literally about physical communication, but it's the constant teaching of the lesson of the way of your ancestors that needs to be repeated. Excuse me. But what's on offer is fusion of happiness. It's about looking at the other partner and liking what's on offer and liking what you see. So it's about offering honestly. Don't try and present an image to them that you think they'll like. They will sense that dishonesty a mile off, and so will you. Be your true, authentic self. You don't need to hide from this person. The sun, they're naked under the sun. Nothing is hidden, and they still like each other. So that is representative of our bodily flaws. They're not going to mind if you're not exactly perfect. To them, you will be, and vice versa. They might feel intimidated by certain aspects of themselves, but you're like, well, that doesn't bother me at all. So if they've had a partner that was a bit mean to them about something, maybe their physical looks or about the way they danced or the opinions they held, it could be anything. The fact that you accept them for themselves will offer you this is fusion. It's about being together and long term. There's a possibility of long term here. Remember, it's all possibilities. So initially, this relationship initially can go the distance, but it does require this being bare to each other. So what else is on offer? A spontaneous adventure, a brand new start. About going off without any fear of failure. So you too have the opportunity of a new beginning, of being together, of not being frightened and surrendering to love and your attraction to each other. Surrendering to it. And that's surrender as well, doesn't it? I mean, look at that image. And that's what's on offer for both of you, to let go of the healing, forgiving and healing, and moving forward together in a loving relationship that offers you both a new beginning, a new potential. And that's beautiful. Whatever happens to both of you in this connection, it's going to allow you to leave the past behind and move on to a new future. And I suspect together. I suspect a very happy future for the two of you together. It's just, remember, don't lose heart. It's going to take a few goes, as to say. It might have a few hiccups. There might be times when you send an email and you don't necessarily get a reply straight away. And if they take a day to reply, don't sort of go, oh my God, they're not going to. They might have lost their internet connection, or they might be just as frightened as you were sending it for them to write a reply to you. So there might be a bit of distant communication and offering of feelings before, we get to this point. But I suspect, because of this forgiving and learning situation, that you both need that. So let it happen, let it flow, because good times await for both of you. And that, I love that reading. I love giving happy, positive endings. So yes. So those of you that chose option 3, I'm really pleased that you got this reading. Please let me know in the comment section if it resonated with you, if it makes some sort of sense. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you very much for listening. Please take very good care of yourself, and goodbye.